What's happening? Because you know it's your boy B-Hop Radio Shout In. Stepping in the building, I got one of my favorite A-Town rappers, legend and icon himself, Young Dro, off in this thing. What's good with it, boss?
What's going on, B.I.?
I mean, Dro, first of all, man, it seems like every time I leave out the house and go to a concert, it's featuring Young Dro out here in these streets.
Yeah.
One Music Fest, Freaknik,
Yeah.
Birthday Band.
Yeah.
Everywhere I go, this band put it on the show. But then also, not only do you put on that show, you go a cappella on these folks.
Yeah.
And really give them a show, man. Talk to me about just putting it down for the town and then the love that you receive every time you touch down in the city.
I mean, most of the time, man, when they call me for the show, it almost be like you have to, you feel me? Because it's real Atlanta.
Yeah.
You feel what I'm saying? And just on top of that, I'm just a good rapper.
Yeah.
I would say. You know what I'm saying? And you know, what the energy I might give off, man, at these shows, I really like. That's one of my main things to do is actually give off a good show. Like, you know what I mean? Like, and going a cappella is just something like I studied over the years. You know, like you know, I always used to say like master the craft before you go outside and let somebody hear it. And most of the time when I let people hear it outside, it wasn't a beat.
Yeah.
You feel me? So I was really in tune with how I sound without a beat.
Exactly.
You know what I mean? So yeah.
I mean, Dro, when you jumped off the porch realizing that you wanted to do this music, man, did you know that you was going to go down a legend doing it, or was it just like, I'm going to get this thing a shot and whatever the hell happens, happen?
Nah, I pretty much knew I was gonna be something.
Talk to me.
You feel what I'm saying? Like, because of the people that I studied. You know what I mean? I studied the Pacs and the Biggies and the Nas's and the Raekwons and stuff like that. So it was almost like, you know what I mean? Like, yeah, it's something's gonna come out from that. You know, in Juvenile, like, you know, one thing I asked for, you know, I prayed for was like longevity. You know what I mean? And that's exactly what God granted me with.
When it came to growing up and listening to that music and having them musical inspirations and stuff like that, in them early days with your cast and your goodies, how do you feel like they impacted you as far as the hip hop scene?
When I first heard them, it was like, because I'm a fan of South music, but I really was like, I like lyrics. So when I heard Cass, it was almost like, oh, okay, you can actually do this and you don't have to dance, because I really don't know how to dance like this. So you know what I'm saying. So it was a way out for me, man, because they was actually saying some stuff. Yeah, you feel me? Because you know I went to the North for the lyrics and like, you know what I mean. To try to figure out what a lyrical rapper was, and I knew I wanted to be lyrical. And when I heard Cass and Goody Mob, it was almost like I was blown away. Yeah, you know what I mean. And to actually see them at JJ's, you know what I'm saying, shooting the video that they shot at JJ's and all that. You feel what I'm saying? And you know, to see Gip riding around. You know what I mean? You see Gip riding around, and I was like, and I saw him on like a lot. You know what I'm saying? And I was like, you know, and when I kept seeing Gip, I was like, yeah, I can do this. You know what I mean? I think that's why a lot of people see me around a lot. You feel me? I kind of like got it from. I pick up from, you know, good people. You know what I mean? Exactly. You know, you can actually touch it. You know what I mean? Yeah.
I mean, talk to me about early on, man, when you saw Crisscross blow.
Okay.
What was that like when them boys had the whole world jumping and everybody was thinking to themselves, what the hell is going on?
Yeah, it was, our mind was blown. Like we was in middle school. You know, we used to walk around Greenbrier. Yeah. You know what I'm saying? And that's where they had got noticed that. Yeah. Man, we was at Greenbrier like every day. We was like, well, y'all going to go to Greenbrier? We might get on. You know what I'm saying? So we'd be walking around Greenbrier, and then actually, like me and Chris Smith, like he sat in front, and I was like a desk behind. So we was really good friends, you know. Yeah. And to actually see that, you know what I'm saying? We started rapping. I started wanting to rap then. Yeah. You know what I mean? And that was in middle school, and being able to. I think like how close it was. That's why it's very important for like celebrities or whatever that kids look up to actually even go back. Exactly. You know what I mean? Because if you never go back, they be like, well, I seen him on TV, you know, I seen him over here, but I seen him close up.
Exactly.
And he said something to me like, you know, we was kind of like, it's a moment there that I can't explain. You know what I mean? Like growing up around Chris Smith and being invited to shows and him sending us tickets, you know what I'm saying, to come to his shows and stuff like that. I remember they came to the Fox and all of us got our tickets, me, Corey, Leroy, and we all got our tickets with our name on it. You know what I mean? Went down there and it was unbelievable. You know, these guys with Michael Jackson and stuff like that, you know, then we from Bunch Middle School, you know what I'm saying? So to actually be around that really inspired me, you know.
Talk to me about yourself though, Dro, because you done inspired a whole generation of rappers as well, and then just being able to go back into those hoods, and when you see them young LAs or you see them young artists coming up and stamping them and co-signing them and working with them early on, what was that like for you, passing that baton to the next generation at the same time too?
It was almost like my duty, you know what I mean? I don't think you living right if you don't want nobody else to shine. You know what I'm saying? Like,
I'm with you.
Something wrong with you. Like it was almost like reaching back and helping out, or just giving an ear, or promoting it, or just pulling up on people, like showing love. Like I remember pulling up on Young Thug before a lot of stuff had jumped up, and it was just the connection. Yeah, knowing that you're a part of something that you can actually give a hand to, you know, it don't got to be much, but you know, the little bit that you give, you know, can keep the inspiration going in a person to where they can help out entire families and other people's families. You know what I mean?
Yes, sir.
So if you can help out a little bit with that, like, it should be good. Like, and it did a lot for me too.
Hell yeah. I mean, what is it that you think it takes, or what are the qualities that you think somebody got to have to be a star? Because you a star, you done been around a whole bunch of other stars. What are the commonalities between everybody that somebody that's sitting at home watching this can say, you know what, I might be a star too?
It take a concoction of things. Like,
talk to me.
It take a little bit of arrogant.
Yeah.
A little bit, you know, humble. Yeah. You got to be determined. Most definitely got to know how to dress.
Come on now.
It's almost like it's almost like a cocktail of things that makes a star. But I think the main ingredient is like being humble. Yeah. Because it levels you and it keeps you. You can go far with that. You feel me? That's the most important thing, I think. Like being a humble person, it will actually get you far. And I think like a little bit of everything can help you get there too, you know what I mean? But a people's person, you know, somebody that's well with people, you know what I mean? Somebody that takes direction, you know what I mean? You can stand constructive criticism, but you gotta have the skin of an alligator. You know what I'm saying? You can't just, and you know, if you move our feelings a lot, it ain't really much for you. You know what I mean? You gotta learn how to take stuff that you don't want to take, like, you know what I mean? You got to learn how to accept things that you don't want to accept.
What was that like maneuvering in this industry as an artist and having to be humble? And were there any times that you, after you got on, were there any times that you felt like this shit wasn't for you, or did you just say, you know what, I love it, this is what I'm going to die to do?
I feel like I was tired, but I didn't feel like it wasn't for me because this is the only thing I know how to do. Yeah. You know what I mean? Like, did I want to stop? Sometimes, yeah. You know what I mean? But not saying it wasn't for me it would be like an insult to me. Yeah. Because I know it's for me. You know what I'm saying?
I'm with you.
But like one to give it up sometimes, yeah, because it barges into your personal. Yeah. You know what I mean? I've had to sacrifice my daughter's birthdays, or you know, when my son was born, I had to get on a jet and, you know, perform over here. And, you know, commitments that you commit to that has nothing to do with your personal life and that you have to follow through with. Yeah. You know what I mean? All right, cool, it's your daughter's birthday, but we didn't go over that when you were signing $1 million contract. So, you know what I mean? Yeah. Like, we didn't, that's not in the clause, you know what I mean? So you have to, so sometimes you like, oh, damn, I wish I could just stop for a second.
Go home, goddamn.
Yeah,
Exactly.
I wish I could stop for a second and get my affairs in order.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? But nobody like the world really don't want to hear that
at all.
You know what I mean? They really want you to, when they say show up, you gotta show up. When they say keep this going, you gotta keep it going. You know what I mean? And you have to sacrifice. You know, the sacrifices get bigger and bigger.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? And the more we sacrifice, you know, the more we can obtain, but at the same time, we lose a lot.
Yeah.
You know, so sometimes I did want to stop. You know what I'm saying? I wouldn't say it wasn't for me, but I did want to press stop sometimes.
Yeah. What was it like in them early stages with Raheem the Dream and Rocco them, and you working your move, trying to grow your fan base and coming up from the mud with it? What was that Dro going through at that time when he was hungry just trying to get it?
That Dro was going through, I mean, like, when I was with Raheem, it was about who can hear me. You know what I mean? Like where could I go or what could I say?
Yeah.
Like that's when my pen was literally at work. You know what I mean? My pen was like it was dancing. You know what I'm saying? And like so when I used to write, I used to try to say the most wildest shit. Like I wanted to be a ninja or fucking James Bond. You know what I'm saying? I wanted to be all type. I wanted to be something way greater.
Yeah.
You feel me? So when I was rapping with them, when I was rapping with Raheem, that was almost like my pen and my thought process was different. It was a lot of drugs involved too. You feel me? You feel me? So I was mostly out my mind. You know what I'm saying? And the determination that was inside of me was stronger than I have ever experienced in my whole career. You know, at those stages. And when I got with Rocco, it was still the same.
Yeah.
But you know, he was a little like kind of like street. He was richer. You know what I'm saying? So I got a feeling that this some money. You know what I'm saying? like it's this a bag right here. And, bro just was like, it was a different type of it was a different vibe with Rocco.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? I started seeing like bigger stars. I met Jermaine Dupri.
Yeah.
Me and Monica was introduced to each other.
Yeah.
I remember me first meeting her. I had asked her to sing Angel of Mine. You feel me? And I was like, if you sing this part of Angel of Mine, I'll do like 100 push-ups. We was at the gas station. You know what I'm saying? And she hit it, then I had to do the push-up. But it introduced me to a level of stardom that I was like, okay, this what it takes to actually, you know what I'm saying, get to a different level. Because I was rapping for like Bankhead and Etheridge, and you know, just making sure I knocked down all of the people, the rappers that was around me.
Yeah.
You know, with Raheem, you know, and that worked. You know what I mean? Like, just make sure you out rap the people around you, and like the little people that's in the hood. So when I got over there, Rock was like, hey, now you got to out rap Juvie. You feel me? Rock when he got a song with Juvenile and Bone Crusher and Jazzy Faye and Turk. You feel me?
Yeah.
And he had me on tracks with these people. You feel what I'm saying? So it went from little to that, and then I would say like back then I was hot in Vegas pussy, man. It was like it was a different move. It was a different move for me. And it just escalated into different stages of my life that made me feel like, okay, you was that way like this, then you got to this way, you know, and then me and Rocco pressed up a lot of CDs, and it was a lot of things that he didn't know and I didn't know, but he introduced me to stars. You feel me? So my level of writing actually changed. It went from, I started sounding different. Because I used to rap like, you would have thought like I was like 200-300 pounds when you heard my voice was so heavy.
Yeah.
You feel me? And it kind of progressed, but it got different. You know what I'm saying? So with those two people, man, it was almost like a monster. Yeah.
So now you coming out of that time right there, I also got to ask you about that Yes Sir, when you dropped that thing, and that was like the first kind of introduction to you going crazy. What was that like when that single hit and you started to get some acclaim around here in these streets?
I was on the radio. I think on Dig It to Dish It or something like that. And Cocoa Brothers was on the radio.
Yeah.
And he was playing it, and I think I was going against Jagged Edge or somebody. And I ended up winning the little Dig It to Dish It thing. And I was walking down the street in Summer Hill, and I heard it on the radio, and these Big Pookie Mama pulled up. Big Pookie and Lucci Mama was in the car.
Yeah.
And they was riding down Haygood Ave, and I heard it, and I was like, I know that. So I'm listening to the radio. I'm like, yes, sir. And I'm like, they was like, yeah, they was in the car moving, and I'm like, that's me. And I was walking down the street, bro. I ain't had no money, I ain't no car. You know what I'm saying? And when I heard that, man, it was like, that was the most enjoying feeling I had ever had.
Yeah.
Yeah. And after that came out, they used to call me yes sir. And then like the haters used to call me no sir.
Yeah, the haters always got a slick ass name for somebody.
It drove me though to do better. You know what I mean? So without them calling me no sir, I don't think I would have been like Dro.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? Like it would have been a watered down Dro.
That feeling that you got when that yes sir dropped, did you ever experience that kind of fulfilling feeling again throughout your career, or would you say that was just one of those moments that you just can't duplicate?
I felt it again.
Talk to me.
I felt it again when I heard "Do Your Thing" on the radio with Tip. It would come. It would always come. Like one thing about when because I believe in God heavily. You know what I'm saying? Like. When he get to working, it'd be hard to get rid of him. So,
that's right.
And then my drive was different, my aim was different, and it meant something to me, and it was positive. Yeah. So he kept showering me with that. You know what I mean? So I had that feeling a lot.
Yeah. Now you done parted ways with Rocco, and then you about to link up with Grand Hustle. During that time in between, did you just leave and go straight over there, or was there any downtime in between?
It wasn't no downtime, but it wasn't no bad blood. Like it wasn't. I didn't just transfer. It was almost like we worked it until it couldn't work. Mm-hmm. You know what I'm saying? Like what me and Rocco was working, it was like you know what I'm saying, and it was respectfully. Yeah, cool. So, but Shawty came over there though.
Yeah,
he walked up in there, and you just seen Tip outside, and he was like, "Hey," he was like, "What's Shawty?" I'm like, "He back there." He like, "Hey," you just before they can even sit down, you just heard Tip, "Hey, what you want for Shawty?" And Rocco was in there. He said this. He said a number, and Tip was like, and Tip was like, "What the hell you talking about?" You know what I'm saying? Because Rocco gave him a serious number, but I was just, it was like I was a kid.
Yeah.
You feel me? And we the same age, but it's just like, that's how I always been with people that's around me. They always like take care of me, like, you know what I mean? To the point where like, oh, okay, Dro, we finna talk business, go over here. You know what I'm saying? I really didn't understand it anyway. Yeah. So, when they talked about it, they came up with this number, but I never had exposure. It was just Rocco was going off of what he knew the talent was.
Yeah.
You feel what I'm saying? Which was a big number.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? And Tip was like, and then Tip actually laughed. You know what I'm saying? Like, oh, you tripping? Because it was in the 6-digit numbers.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? And I had I had been on the radio one time.
I mean, Rocco knew he had Dro in this thing.
Yeah, and but the fact that he came up with a number, I disagree with that. You feel me?
Yeah.
If he knew he had Dro, I would have just been like, nah, good. You feel me?
Yeah.
But the number came up, and I was like, yeah. And then, so what me and Rock had came to an end, and it was a lot of respect there.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? Rocco actually could have went a little further with obtaining what he deserved.
Yeah.
And he didn't do that. You know what I mean? He was like, I'm gonna just let him eat. I know where he come from.
Yeah.
I know his background. You feel me? I'd be a fool to step in between what's about to happen.
My God.
So I appreciate him for that. And by the time that happened, well, Rocco put me back on the radio, right? And he went to I think he went to Dig It to Dish It again.
Yeah.
And did not like it.
Oh, they didn't.
It was like, yeah, Dro probably need to go back in the studio. That was one of my hardest. Like, I thought that was a hard track. Yeah. I'm like, yeah, that kind of hurt it. You feel me? So, and then I was like, you know, me and Rocco had some words, and he was like, yeah. And next thing you know, I was like, it was only right.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? But, you know, me and Tip always said, you know, once somebody got somewhere, you know, I was actually on the radio before Tip was.
Yeah.
You feel what I'm saying? So but the way he did it, it was kind of like in a big way.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? So when he walked in, he was like, I gotta have him over there with me. And he always, whenever he saw me, he was like, boy, you feel me? When he saw me with Raheem, wherever I was at, he always was like, come on up here. You get at the show. I remember one day we was at a show at the Bounce, and somebody said something crazy in the stands. I think it was Drummer. And Tip grabbed the mic, but I want everybody to know, if you got a problem with Dro, boy, you got a problem with me. We wasn't even in the same clique. You feel what I'm saying? Like, he had his clique, I had my clique, but he was like, you know, you got a problem with Shawty, you got a problem with me.
Yeah.
And we was performing for Big Boy from Outkast for his birthday at the Bounce. Yeah.
That's crazy.
Yeah, but we was just like young and coming up, you know what I mean?
When you think about your life, though, Dro, I mean, you knowing Tip before both of y'all boys blew up, man, and then just your eyes being able to see all these different folks. You know, you see a young Fabo, but you don't know that he's going to turn out to be a grown Fabo and all of this extra stuff. What is it like when you see folks realizing they dreams and stuff like that along with yourself, knowing those humble beginnings that y'all all came from?
It gives you, it kind of like, it's like record execs. You feel me? That's looking from a vintage point. You feel what I'm saying? That's like, oh, he finna be. You know what I mean? I knew Fabo was gonna be a problem.
Yeah.
When he was a problem. Because we didn't get along.
Why the hell you and Fabo couldn't get along?
We just didn't get along. Like when we were coming up, we didn't get along at all. We stayed together. Like we stayed together. And when I seen how Fabo act, I was like, yeah, I'm not staying here. I actually gave up my room there. You know what I'm saying? Yeah. I gave up my room, and I just that's how I was though. I hate confrontation. You know what I'm saying? I really love the kid. Yeah. What he do, his craft and everything, but the personal stuff I just don't really like getting into. Yeah. You know what I mean? But to actually be around him and see him and hear him, I was like, because they didn't know who else to go get. You feel me? He would be right there. You feel me? Even though I was lyrical, he'll give me the, help in the rap. You know what I mean? We'll end up rapping and, it go the way it go. Yeah. You know what I mean? But he was the competition I had. Yeah. You know what I mean? And it was good seeing him, and it was good seeing everybody in their prime. Yeah. It's almost like you get a chance to see greatness before the world does. Yeah. You know what I mean? It's almost like the plug. The plug get to see the great hustlers like, oh, he gonna be something. Yeah. You feel what I'm saying? So it feels good to be around. It felt good for Tip to show me everything. Yeah. Like, man, I'm talking about bro took everything that I had been through to a whole nother height. You feel what I'm saying? I started seeing mansions. I started seeing different women stars. You feel what I'm saying? Like people that I never thought I would see. I end up seeing. You know what I mean? And it was almost like it was just yesterday when I was talking about I wish I could see this person. Yeah, you feel what I'm saying? and it felt good.
Being with Grand Hustle, man, y'all team was so damn strong at the time. What was that like when y'all were mobbing through PSC, having y'all way and straight up dominating out here in these streets?
Oh man, it was. I can't even put it into words. Yeah, you know what I mean. Actually being a part of something that was so heavy. You know what I mean? It was like. My boy was like on top of the world, and right after you check with him, you checking in with me. You feel what I'm saying? So it was unbelievable. You know what I mean? Like, and I keep using that word because I believe certain things. I believe some things that would happen, and some things that God just laid on me. Like, you believe that, did you? I was like, nah, I ain't believe that. You know what I mean? So it was almost like when me and Shawty was mobbing through the city, and like even PSC like. These boys they was some stand up cats, man.
Yes, sir.
They still is, man. And I remember just getting over there, and like the PSC album had just came out, and they was having these bankrolls. You know, them boys give me money.
Yeah.
You know, I remember being at Lennox. You know what I'm saying? I pull up on them broke. Hey, man, y'all out there, man. Hey, let's get Dro some money. You know what I'm saying? Everybody give me some money. You know what I'm saying? And how it was going was, it was a family thing, and you know, and Tip just took a liking to me, like, before everything. So by the time it got there, it was a lot of blessings that flowed through, man. And we was like inseparable at one point.
Yeah.
One time, I think Jason Jeter they had to tell us to stop hanging. Like, yeah, you got to let Dro go, because Shawty can rap. You know what I'm saying? And y'all hanging, and you know what I'm saying? And Tip, I think we got to LA one time, and Tip pulled me in the bathroom like, hey, bro, we got this goddamn, we can't keep hanging out like this. And I'm looking at him like, nigga, you flew me out here. You know what I'm saying? But it was almost like that led me to be independent.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? So when people don't see me with him all the time, he taught that to me. Like, you don't need me for everything. Like, you know what I mean? When you really need me, I'm there. You know what I mean?
Yes,
so
sir.
in that independence, I couldn't have asked for nothing more than that. You feel what I'm saying? Because he could be a year on the other side of the planet. I could survive. Yeah. You feel what I'm saying? Without nothing, you know what I mean? Just on my own, like, stand on your own too. And I preach that to anybody.
Yes, sir.
You know what I'm saying? I want to be able to start off self-sustainable artists.
That's right.
You feel what I'm saying? I don't want to have to sit in a meeting with you for you to get your $1 million. Yeah. You feel what I'm saying? I'll do it the first time. I'll do it the first couple of times. You feel what I'm saying? Or however long it needs to be done. But in the end, I'm going to walk off, and I want you to be able to do this on your own, because you have your own children. You have your own mama. You feel me? And the people that you need to feed on your own. So, yeah, I appreciated that.
How did you deal with going from being a West Side player to being world renowned and having all of that attention on you, man? What was that transition like, dealing with the fame and then still remaining accessible in the hood to everybody?
I mean, let's be honest. I took the being in the hood shit. It went too far. You know what I mean? I was too accessible. You feel what I'm saying? Like, I look back on it, and it's just like, yeah, Dro, you was in Etheridge a lot. You know, you was riding down Bankhead too much. And I thought that doing shows was like, yeah, I just came from Germany. You feel me? But I would come right back to the hood just because I just missed it. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
But I could have been somewhere using my time a little bit different. So to be from there, I think it was the people, you know what I mean?
Yeah.
Like, being attached to the people, the chicks.
Yeah.
You know, getting that validation. I think I seek validation a lot.
I feel you.
You know what I mean?
I feel you.
Know, leaving the hood and going out and then coming back, you know, helping out, you know, showing off the stuff that I got, you know what I mean? Which is cool, but it's a way to do that. You know what I mean? You could do it in a way where you don't actually have to sit there and waste time. It can actually count. Yeah. You feel what I'm saying? You can actually be there in the hood, but like, make it count, you know, start some stuff for the kids around, you know.
Yeah.
But I was out literally giving away money out my pocket with no camera. You know what I'm saying? Like, it didn't really, I'm not saying you should, you know, capture that on camera, but like, make it make sense. Yeah. You know what I'm saying? You're just hanging over here for nothing. I did that so much. I missed a lot of opportunities, you know, doing it in that manner. You know what I mean?
What were some of the opportunities that you felt like you missed?
Oh man, TV. It's a lot of things I believe Tip said no to because he knew I wasn't mentally there. You know, because if you to this day, you're gonna be like, Tip, where Dro? Yeah. Or, you feel what I'm saying? Or if you can't do this, Dro can. You feel what I'm saying? Or and the same thing for me, Dro, what Tip? You know, I need Tip to, you feel what I'm saying? So I think it's a lot of things that Shawty probably, you know, I want to call this nigga, but this nigga be tripping. You know what I'm saying? Like, and the drugs played a big role in that too. Yeah. You know what I mean? So I would find myself fighting with wanting to be in the hood and on top of getting high repeatedly.
Yeah.
You know, trying to be street, you know what I mean?
Yeah.
Or trying to, you know, I'm keeping the credibility, but I'm not evolving. And so hanging in the hood like that is not really a good thing.
When you speak of the drugs, I saw you over there kicking a major flavor with my brother Parlay, man.
Yeah.
That was a cold-blooded ass interview as well. What up, Dolay?
Yeah.
Talk to me.
Department.
Come on, man. Talk to me about kicking it and then saying, you know what, I got to stay clean. And then what are your thoughts on this fentanyl in the streets too? Did that shake you up and scare you in and say, you know what, I don't want to wind up dead behind this stuff?
I mean, well, it's a complicated story for me. Like my dad's like drug user. My whole family, like my grandmama had like 7 kids. Like all of them died off crack and, you know, heroin and stuff like that, except for my mom and my auntie. So it's just like 2 siblings left on my grandmama's side.
My God.
On my mama's side. So it's for me, it just, you know, coming from a praying family and knowing that, you know, it's stunted the growth of an artist. You know, and a lot of people would say, oh, this person held you back. This person, you know, they try to. I've heard a lot of people blame my friend, blame Tip, and he had nothing to do with the drug habit that I had and where it led me. Yeah. Because last time I checked, he wasn't giving me no pill to pop. You know what I'm saying? Oh, I wasn't putting it in my mouth. You know what I'm saying?
Come on.
All of these were my choices, and accountability for that, I have to step in and say, hey, listen, that was, you know, and so that was my fault, and so it'll be messed up for me to tell you that another person was responsible for my growth being stunted because of drugs. And I kind of just came to grips with, at some point, you feel what I'm saying? Like, that you have to actually give it up, you know what I mean? For, not even for public wise, like for my health, for my kids. You know what I'm saying? Like, it's almost like, nigga, you gonna keep doing that shit? You know what I'm saying? Like, you really don't give a damn. You know what I'm saying? Like, in the end, then I had a couple homeboys. They when their health got bad, if they wasn't on drugs, they would probably had a chance. You feel what I'm saying? Yeah. So if my health starts declining when I get older, I don't want to be having drugs in the way of it. Yeah. You know what I mean? And everybody's health is going to decline at some point.
Those are facts.
And I don't need to be fighting drugs and health. And you know what I mean? Like, my God. So yeah, and that just really, and then I, you know, getting older. Yeah. You know what I'm saying? It's just like, I don't want to be nowhere looking like I looked at 20. Yeah. You know what I'm saying? Like, with those same kind of eyes, those geeked up ass eyes and shit. You feel me? You know what I'm saying? You in your prime looking like that, like, nigga, come on, like, you feel me? So it's at that point, and then the fentanyl thing, that was just the icing on the cake. Like, damn, nigga, you can die. Like, and I ain't the type to be, I don't want to buy something and then be like, I hope this ain't. You feel what I'm saying? I hope this ain't it. I hope, and then it be the one. You feel what I'm saying? I ain't be trying to be wearing that up. And I if I could say anything to the youth, like, don't gamble your life. Yeah. Don't gamble. Don't let popping no pill. Don't gamble, like, cause if you got any kids at home, don't gamble that shit on no perk, on no ecstasy pill, on no cocaine, on no heroin. Yeah. Don't gamble it. Like, that shit mean way more than you. Exactly. You feel me? And then if you're strong enough, make the decision to leave that shit alone. Exactly. Eventually, it's gonna hurt you. The drugs always win. Yep. You feel what I'm saying? Like, when about the opportunities, the drugs won those opportunities. You feel what I'm saying? And I didn't win them. I probably thought I was gonna win them. When you high, you think you can just fly. You feel me? But in the end, you just make a whole lot of promises that you can't keep. Yeah. You feel me? And you get it. I get it. You be high and you be thinking like, you know, it help you cope. You might have childhood traumas like I did. Yeah. You know what I'm saying? Being shot, wearing shit bags, and you feel me? And I used that shit to cope. Yeah. But I used it to cope, and then it also started altering my future. Yeah. You feel what I'm saying? It started making decisions for me. Yeah. Like, you said you was gonna make this meeting up here, but you're really not.
Yeah.
You feel me? And when I was getting high, I thought I was. You feel me? By the time you get there, now you all over the place.
Yeah.
You looking bad. Niggas like, let's take the check back. You feel me? You know. Nah, let's take the camera off of him.
Yeah.
And the opportunity we said we was gonna give him, let's hold that on. And then So the whole thing about the drug thing and about what kids are going through today, I know this sounds crazy, but just say no. I mean, you know, it sounds cliche, but just say no, man.
I'm with you. When you speak of getting shot at that young age, man, how do you feel like that impacted you and changed the trajectory of your life at the same time, man?
It actually fucked me up. I was paranoid. I thought everybody, especially when I got rich, it made me think everybody was going to try to do something to me. You feel me? And they used to be like, "Oh, you thought this for me?" I'm like, "Yeah, nigga tried to kill me. Why not?"
Yeah.
You feel me? Nigga just tried to kill me. You feel what I'm saying?
I'm with you.
And it made me paranoid. It made me choose a different type of friend. You feel me? It made me hang around people that was like that.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? It changed my trajectory. I hung around. It made me choose. It made me choose the kind of woman, a different kind of woman.
Yeah.
It made me choose different kind of friends. It made me hang out in spots that really, it changed everything.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? That trauma, it made me choose like a lot of bullshit, the wrong stuff. You feel me? And I thought these was the right choices.
Yeah.
Because as a kid, you just don't have the luxury of making adult decisions.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? When actually they pushing adult decisions on you.
Yeah.
Hey, look, so now that you've been shot, where are you gonna hang? Shit. Where people got shot at, where nigga could tell me, hey, look, man, we down here, man. We keep one on us.
Yeah.
You feel what I'm saying?
Yeah.
Now I hang around strap niggas, and you know what I'm saying? And these are the kind of girls we choose. And the girls they choose, they really like girls that let you do anything, say anything to them.
Yeah.
You feel me? These are not, then I think these are like the women that I want to be with.
Yeah.
You feel what I'm saying? When actuality, people get better. But, at this point, these are not the people that you need to be choosing.
I feel you.
You know what I'm saying? So it really took me down a path that I was doomed.
Yeah.
And, I just thank God for the day.
Surviving the hood, though, Dro, because that's one of those things, too, that I talk about a lot. When I look back over my life in general, just anybody coming out of the west side of Atlanta with it, so many people that died. I mean, young Dro's story could have ended when he got shot.
Yes, it could.
You see what I'm saying? That could have just been the end of the story right there. What goes through your mind when you think about being able to survive just the hood, poverty, inner city living and stuff like that and still be able to rise to the top?
What goes to my mind is, but God.
Yeah.
God actually shows up a lot in my mind.
Yeah.
And the only reason why I know that for a fact is because of my humble teachings from the beginning.
Yeah.
What my grandmama taught me. And once it's repeated and repeated, and I'm like, well, a lot of things changed, but what didn't change was the word of God, like what I had heard that was like, you know what I mean? So surviving it, it's almost like, I can hear him saying, "Didn't I tell you that?" You know what I mean? You feel me? Is I'm gonna stick to what I said.
Yeah.
A lot of stuff is gonna change around you, but making it out of this, you gotta stick to what I told you. You feel me? And you might not do a lot of things like how I'm telling you, but if you stick to some of these things, I could bring you.
Save you.
I could save you.
Yeah, yeah.
You know what I'm saying?
Okay, going from being broke as hell to seeing that first big check. What was that first big check, and what did you do with it, and what did it do to your mind?
Anxiety. My lawyer, I think I was having real bad anxiety at that point. And I was taking Xanax. I was prescribed Xanax.
Yeah.
A dude saw me out. I think he was Ludacris' doctor. He saw me out at this barbecue shack off Roswell Road.
Yeah.
And he saw me standing in line. And when I was standing in line, I was pissed off and I was kind of talking to myself and I couldn't stand in line and it was messing with me. You feel me? And it was just, he was like, he came up to me, "Are you okay?" I was like, "Yeah." He was like, you moving, he said the way you acting, he was like, man, you said you got bad anxiety, and I used to have these panic attacks.
Shit.
And so dude was like, I'm Ludacris doctor, I'll make sure he's has all his shots when he's traveling overseas or whatever. He was like, man, just give me a call and come get an evaluation. And so I did, and so he prescribed me that, and I think my first check was like 400 grand. Mm-hmm. Yeah. I think I would. my lawyer called me. I was at the top floor of the 12. We used to stay at the top. We had bought the little spot from Key Sweat.
Yeah. At
the top floor up there. And she was like, "What you doing?" Yolanda Carter. Shout out to Yolanda. She was like, "What you doing?" I was like, I said, I'm upstairs. I knew I was on fire or whatever. I had like 5 or 6 songs on the radio.
My God.
You know what I'm saying? So it was, and so she was like, I got a check down here. And man, she was like, she said, just take a deep breath. Because I really had not saw a chick that big.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? And so when she called me downstairs she was like, "You all right?" I'm like, "Yeah." She was like, "Watch this." And she showed me the check, bro. And when I saw that was my first check.
Yeah.
Like that big.
My God.
You know what I mean? And I think I had like 160 grand on me. That was upstairs. And I was just getting that off shows and stuff like that. Man, I went upstairs. I think I gave C-Rod like 40,000. You know what I'm saying? I gave him and his girl some money. He was like, "What you doing?" I'm like, "Well, I'm straight. I'll be back." You know what I'm saying, man? So it was. I had a panic attack after that. You know what I'm saying? And I had to pattern my breathing, and you know what I'm saying, because that was a lot for me.
Break down the panic attack and how that occurs, because a lot of folks be having them and don't even know what the hell they having in this thing, Dro.
It's when that breathing gets tight on you and that heart starts palpitating. And,
yeah.
You know what I'm saying? And it's a rush of energy that you just can't get a hold on, and it feels like you're about to pass.
Shit.
and I it was the drugs helped that moment. Like that was like, because taking a lot of drugs, it kind of like push you to that point. You know what I'm saying? But it actually became it came rough through trauma.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? And going through stuff that I went through. So when I went through it, I used to have my girl she used to just grab my hand at the time and just rub it. My ex-fiance, she just grabbed my hand and rub it, and it calmed me down. And she'd take my medicine, put it in my mouth, and, you know what I'm saying? And I just calmed down. You know
my God.
Yeah.
Okay, so now you got all this money, Dro, but you still got all of this anxiety going on at the same time. Was you able to enjoy being young Dro at that time when these damn anxiety attacks is popping up out of nowhere? And did you get down to the bottom of what was really causing them?
Yeah. I leaned on drugs, man.
Yeah.
You know, drugs would take me to another place. You know what I'm saying? Like, I used that to cope a lot. You know what I mean? Not saying that it worked.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? But that's what I used to lean on. I was like, if I just get high, I'll just be all right.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? That's the only thing I had learned, you know. That's the only thing that the ghetto taught me.
Yeah.
Get high, nigga, you be all right. You know what I'm saying? But actually, they kept trying to get me to come in to actually talk.
Yeah.
They call it unpacking.
Yeah.
Right, today I do that.
Yeah.
And I wish I would have done it. And I kept telling him, he was like, you need, a little therapy. And I kept saying, I ain't crazy.
Yeah.
You feel me? That's when I was young, you know what I'm saying? But now I realized what they was trying to get me to do. Unpack some of this stuff in your head, because the mental health is very, very important. You know what I mean? So my mental health at that point was so bad. I was having all that money. I had got upset with my dad. You know, I got upset with a lot of stuff. You know, I grew up with a dad, but without a dad. That pissed me off. It was a lot of things that I was upset about.
Yeah.
That really just was like, it was mental health. You know what I mean? And I didn't understand that my mom being shot 5 times affected me.
Yeah.
I didn't understand that. I thought that I just got shot and that was just it. I didn't think that it was going to affect me in the future.
Yeah.
You feel me? I didn't think that my dad smoked drugs, like, and like wanting the dad around. I didn't think that really mattered. You know what I mean? So what I would cope with was drugs.
Yeah.
You feel me? And then the panic attacks came, and then depression came. You know, then I moved from 12 to the Grandview across the street from Lennox. I was very depressed there. Yeah, and I used to live like 40 stories up. Like, I was very depressed. Like, I really was sitting up there like I wasn't gonna jump over the balcony, but because I knew, like, that ain't what I'm about to do, but I'm having thoughts of that shit.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? Like, I really was like, because I wanted to end it.
Yeah.
You feel what I'm saying? And it was just like, I think at that point, the IRS stuff had kicked in. The IRS stuff had kicked in. I was delaying on coming out with another single.
Yeah.
You feel what I'm saying? And I just really was like, all right, cool. I was at the peak. I did good. I said, I can end it. You feel me?
Yeah.
You know what I mean? Like, then I don't gotta live up to nothing else. You know what I'm saying? But yeah, my teachings, that's when God really kicked back in and was like, man, you know exactly who I am and who you are. And you're stronger than that. And
do you feel any pressure, Dro, to be Dro? Because everybody loves those lyrics. They love the flavor that you kick. And folks is like, we need Dro out here on his A game all the time. And they want more of them. They want more of Dro than Dro is willing to give them sometimes.
Yeah.
What was that like, having to live up to that?
People not knowing what was actually going on. It was very aggravating.
Yeah.
And it aggravated me the most because I knew.
Yeah.
You feel me? Hey man, why you ain't? And I used to be like, nigga, I'm on drugs. You feel what I'm saying? Like, y'all just see me dressing up and looking good, but I'm fighting so many damn demons.
Yeah.
Like, you know what I'm saying? Where you want me to be, I most definitely want to be.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? Until I get rid of this problem, you're gonna always be asking me that. You feel me? So actually, I'm fighting with myself most of the time, and people are seeing something in me I don't see in myself. You know what I mean? And the reason why I can't see it is because my judgment is clouded, my vision is clouded, and it was drugs.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? And much as I hate talking about this on this subject, it all leads back to that.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? So it started off cool.
Yeah.
You know, you be getting high, you don't think it's a big deal.
Yeah.
You know, but that shit can become a problem. It can lead it to keep getting arrested, the not showing up for stuff.
Yeah.
The way it makes you feel when you don't supposed to feel that way. Because opportunities come not when you're ready for them. Opportunities come when they come to make you uncomfortable. You feel me? Some of the best things in life that you can obtain is the things that made you uncomfortable getting it. You feel me? If everything was to just run smoothly, that's just not that's not what God is about.
Yeah.
You feel me? You need to go through something.
Yeah.
So I could show you. You feel me? So when I tell you that when people used to be like, man, we want this Dro, like we had, you feel me? We want this, we want you to rap like this. And sometimes when people say, we want you to go back to the first album and rap like that, nigga, that was the highest person I had ever met in my life. Like, this nigga was full of drugs, you feel me? If you want that again, I might not make it. But I do understand what people say when they want more from a person that they want it from. You know what I mean? And the best thing I could have done is what I've done today is, put down the drugs and allow God to work in you. You know what I mean? Allow yourself to be great.
How did you feel when Andre 3000 said he wanted some more Dro too?
That was a lot of pressure. And like it's almost like, man, I was running so fast back then. Yeah. I was forgetting that the greats was asking for me. You know what I mean? I was forgetting that, bro, you actually good at this shit.
Come on.
And it's almost like you're forgetting. And it wasn't that I was forgetting, I was overlooking it.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? I always knew I was good. If you asked me was I good, I'll tell you I'm good.
Yeah.
But you can overlook the fact.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? And that's not forgetting. He's just, he might not be worried about it like that. You know what I mean? So for me to get, I got a lot of pressure from a lot of big names in the.
Spit it out.
I mean, like Kanye. One day we was at a show, me and Tip, and they was just like, Kanye looking for you. Kanye, and I'm drunk, fucking high. And I'm like, Kanye, what Kanye? And then when I see him, I don't know what to say.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? Same thing with Big Boy. Big Boy, hey man, what Troy? And everybody was like, man, they was like, he probably Charlie Heisenberg over, you know what I'm saying? And then like, you know, it's like same thing with Andre. I'm at this spot, you know, and I'm just there. You know, they were like, man, Andre looking for you. I'm like, Andre looking for me. You know what I'm saying? And it's almost like everybody rooting for me but myself. You know what I mean?
I feel you.
Yeah, everybody rooting for me, but like I don't have no clue.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? Because I'm lost in this. I'm drowning in my own shit. You know what I'm saying? So yeah.
Did you ever get a chance to talk to Dre?
Nah. I mean, what you talking about? Like meet him?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Oh, okay.
I met him that day, but I didn't know what to say. Like, you know what I'm saying? I couldn't. We couldn't elaborate on being the best that I could ever be. You know what I mean? Like, I was always in a space where, like, they would meet me and they were like, well, we couldn't reach him at the time. Only person that could reach me is God.
Yeah.
You feel me? And we gonna talk when I'm feeling bad.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? Because when I'm high, I'm being selfish and doing what I want to do.
Yeah.
You know, trying to, you know, live up to this hype.
When you said the IRS came a knocking during the time when you found yourself the most depressed, how do you feel like that money was a blessing but also a problem at the same damn time?
I used it wrong for one. The way I was with money, out of all what I went through to get it, God wasn't pleased with that. I'm not pleased with it today. You know what I mean? Out of all the stuff that I went through in life and what I saw, you know, and where I came from, how I handled that was not cool. Strip clubs, this chick, giving it to niggas that really didn't like me.
Yeah.
I was giving money to niggas that were like, man, look at that pussy ass nigga getting like, I'm finna get this money from you. You feel me? I knew. I kind of had a feeling they was talking about me, but I really didn't care. Yeah. You know what I'm saying? But I don't think God blessed me like that for me to give the money to the devil.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? And when the IRS came, and I wasn't like literate, I wasn't savvy. I wasn't savvy to the point where I was like, oh, when I get this $1 million, I'm gonna put this right here. I'm gonna do my taxes. I'm gonna get an accountant.
Yeah.
I know not to buy this because I'm living beyond my means. I know not to. Nobody ever taught me any of that. Yeah. You know, I look at commercials today. Now they're teaching kids how to actually. You know, I wish somebody would have taught me that, but I really didn't. And on top of that, I was doing the devil dance with that money. You know what I mean? Yeah. So when they came and put a lock on it, the grace of God was like, he still know how to rap to the point where not only can he rap, his shows are dope.
Come on.
So this is gonna feed him.
Yeah.
You feel what I'm saying? So you can put a clamp on the money, but he's still gonna eat.
Exactly.
You know what I'm saying? So, and it's just been like that since then.
Best Thing Smoking, putting that album together, man. What was that like, getting ready to go out there with that debut on Grand Hustle and just let folks know that you was drawing, you was out here?
It took 2 hours to do that album.
Wait, man.
Not just straight up and down, 2 hours.
You mean you recorded a whole album in 2 hours?
Yeah. Like
you was in that much of a zone.
That much of a zone. Songs would come out.
My God.
Like one take. I did Rubber Band Banks, one take. You feel me? But it's not, what I'm saying is, I got the beats. Mm-hmm. I took them. I took it home, and I listened to the beat, wrote the song, and I just wrote them all. You feel me? And
That's crazy.
It'll take more like, it took me like 16, 17 minutes to do a song. Yeah. Written. So when I get through, and then when I go in the studio, I didn't say it so many times because I'm high and repeating it. Yeah. You feel me? When I get in there, it really didn't take much long, like 2-3 hours tops. You feel me? And then that shit was cool.
Yeah.
Yeah.
when that album came out and now you in the industry for real, man, what was that like, having that kind of attention on you and then saying, okay, I'm Young Dro, everybody's loving me, and I got did that feel like you had made that accomplishment putting that album out, or was it just another part on the journey?
I felt like I made that accomplishment. I was very proud of that album.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? Like, I expected more from it. When I came in number 3, my single was number 1. Mm. My album was number 3 in the country. Mm. I was pissed off at the album. I think it's a white guy. It's a country singer. I forget his name. Bob Dylan, I think.
Yeah.
He was number 1. And Vanity Kane, I forgot their name.
Yeah.
Some girls was number 2 and I was number 3. But the way at that point, you know what? I base a lot of things on the person. How was you living at the time?
Yeah.
And I put my feelings right there because I was like, I knew I was the best.
Yeah.
You feel me? I was like, why my album ain't number 1? You feel me?
Yeah.
And my single had been number 1 so long they retired it on 106 in Park. And I remember Brian B, Shot Boy B, he called me, he was like, bro, I'm tired of hearing Shoulder Lean, bro. You feel me? And you know, they played the song till it just could not play no more.
Yeah.
And I was like, and I had so big expectations for the album. And it still was big. You know what I mean? Like the numbers I did, cats are doing those numbers today.
Yeah.
Like, you know what I mean? So when it came out, I was mad that they did 3 in the country. You feel me? And I was like, okay. So but you know what? That was a signal from God saying, you got it. I need for you to work harder.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? And that's what I aim to do. And that's what a lot of my energy came from, just thinking about that first album.
Yeah.
You feel what I'm saying? Like, okay. And then like I think I got stuck in a shoulder lean thing for a minute. Like I gotta make another shoulder lean. Like,
yeah.
And that's the furthest from the truth as I can. You know what I'm saying? You can't do that again. You know what I mean? And even if you did, they're gonna be like, it sounded like that.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? So I think what would be my second single from Shoulder Lean that was big like that? I think FDB.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? And it's totally the opposite.
Exactly.
You know what I'm saying? So it was almost like the first album was very deep to me.
What is it like coming back with those smash singles every time folks think that Dro done went away? He come back and you knock him upside the head with a smash though.
Talent. Like, you know what I'm saying? It's a lot of people be like, they get me mixed up with my talent.
Yes, sir.
You feel me? I'm an average guy, you know what I'm saying? But my talent ain't average.
Come on now.
You know what I'm saying? Like I have a lot of faults, you know what I'm saying, about myself, a lot of ups and downs that I go through. But talent wise, it really no problem there.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying?
When we think about the music industry now, man, when you see what done happened with King Von and Mo3 and a lot of different artists and the streets and the music industry kind of just being hand in hand, how do you feel like that impacted your career? And then also, do you think that, you know, a lot of folks are saying that being a rapper is one of the most dangerous professions that you can pick right now. Talk to me about
different, that. The access. And when that stuff happened to rappers, like I feel like it happens to me. You feel me? When Mo got killed, I felt like a piece of me left.
Yeah.
When Von got killed, you know, I felt like a piece of me left.
Yeah.
This is what we're part of.
Yeah.
You feel me? Like I ain't gonna even lie. When Spot'em got shot, and the fake news say he died, I felt something. You feel what I'm saying? Like that shit was like, damn. You feel what I'm saying? And then when he didn't, I was like, damn, I'm glad he didn't die. You feel what I'm saying?
Exactly.
Because it is dangerous, and they made an imprint on the world just like I did. It's almost like a body, right?
Yeah.
And in this hip hop body, which consists of hands, arms.
Yeah.
You know, I play my little part.
Yeah.
You feel me? So if something happens to the body, I actually
gonna
feel
feel
it.
that.
You feel what I'm
Yeah,
saying? So
I
you
feel
know what
you.
I'm saying? So it bothers me that we don't care about each other to the point where, like, even if you're on TV, we'll kill you.
Yeah.
You feel me?
Yeah.
People used to be afraid to kill the star.
Yeah.
Now they killing stars like left or right.
Yeah.
And we're going to jail. It seems like, I don't know. I think I want to say the world ended because nobody is so much going on right now, man.
Yeah.
And I'm afraid. I'm afraid right now for my son.
Yeah.
I'm afraid for my daughter, and the way we're living and what I'm a part of. I know they're gonna gravitate towards it, and I don't want them to get caught up and follow the wrong people in this business.
Yeah.
Because it's not. I don't think it's so much as the artists that live like that.
Yeah.
It's what we need to leave.
Yeah.
You feel what I'm saying? Because, like I said, a lot of my downfall came from when I didn't want to leave. You feel what I'm saying? A lot of people don't know that who you came up with and who you need to be with. You feel what I'm saying? So once you bring people that you came up with to where you are now, it kind of pulls you back.
Yeah.
You feel me? God puts you in different positions for you to actually grow. You feel me? And it ain't no hate, no shade. My nigga, I love you to death, but I can't take you to where I'm going. And if I did, it's gonna show.
Yeah.
You feel what I'm saying? Everybody gonna be like, well, maybe you surrounded yourself with the wrong. And it's not that I surrounded myself with the wrong people. I brought people from where I just came from. You feel me? That wasn't ready for this journey.
And so I gotta ask that question. Oh boy, you snapped on that last ball right there, because they weren't ready for that journey. Because that's what my question would be. When you come, it ain't like you was in private school with a whole bunch of private school folks growing up. You see what I'm saying? So what the hell you supposed to do when you get grown? How the hell do you not rock with your people that you know when that's all you know at the same time? So you got to feel some kind of way having to leave. So you gonna be by yourself then?
Yeah. I mean, for a second.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? And once you there, and, you know, it'll be people come.
Okay.
And they came to me. It's just I didn't want to. Like, I'd rather be around Tom. You know what I'm saying? And it's just like it's the choice.
Yeah.
You feel me? You want that? You want this?
Yeah.
Yeah. It don't look like you don't have as much. It's not as much drama as it is. You know, it ain't full of, hey nigga, what about it? You know what I'm saying? It's a level up thing.
Exactly.
You feel me? Yeah, it's calm in here. Nobody's shooting in here. Ain't no pills on the table.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
You know,
I feel that.
Everybody ain't smoking weed on this way. You know what I'm saying? And it's an elevation. And sometimes we don't be ready.
Yeah.
You know, some of us ain't ready either.
Dobie.
I
mean, speak on him, man. His talent, being able to rock with him, that Chemo Sabe going crazy, and then his untimely passing, man.
Me and Dobie, man, you know how you get to a label and you had that one you got to meet.
Yeah.
I was one of the ones Dobie had to meet. You know
crazy.
I mean? So when he got there, I mean, drove.
Yeah.
We was kicking in. You know, we gravitated towards each other. Like, I remember on his run, I went out the way to be at his show.
Yeah.
He went out the way to be at my own. I'm gonna come with you. You feel me? And this is facts. Where you at? I'm up in New York. We ain't even together. Like, what you got going? I got a show here. Like, well, shit, I'm finna come over wherever you at. You feel me? Like that. So, and you know, the club they did that in, man. That was one of the clubs that had birthed me like I could go there now and I got memories in there.
Yeah.
You feel what I'm saying? Not even from Hustle Gang, I'm talking about from Raheem.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
I had been eating in this club for decades.
My God.
And to know that that's where that happened at was heartbreaking.
Yeah.
And when they told me that shit when I was on the road, they told me that shit, bro, I was at this hotel and I just cried like a kid, you know what I mean? I was like, damn, because it was stuff that we supposed to have did that was, that was between us.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? Like, that was my dude, you know what I mean? To see that happen to him in his hometown, it really scared me.
Damn.
To the point where like, what would they do to me?
Yeah.
You feel what I'm saying? And like I started seeing in the industry how people will fuck with you when you having stuff. You feel me? Or if you popping or if you're not popping, niggas not really fucking with you like that. And sometimes I would just say, rather than being around this fake ass shit, I'd rather go lay with Dope B. You know what I'm saying? You know what I'm saying? Not saying like I would end my life, but if I had a choice, you feel me? I'd rather lay with you, my boy, than be around all this fake ass shit. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
And that's just it was a sad thing, man. And every time I was just in Alabama 2 days ago with the mayor of Birmingham. I was in the mayor with the mayor from Birmingham. And I always, if I'm anywhere in the South, you know, I make sure I big up my brother. You know what I'm saying? To the point where like Dro gon' ride it. And like the verse I had on there, one of the best verses I ever spit. Yeah.
Okay, another verse, Undertaker, Tip, Buck, you. That's another crazy time.
It's a crazy time.
Break that bars down to me.
1,000 Round Magazine. You know what I'm saying? Listen, bro. I didn't even know that verse was gonna be like that big.
Yeah.
You feel me? That was a serious bar. And, you know, where that draw at? I was like, probably high. And it was almost like, that was the album that Tip got a Grammy on, I think. Mm-hmm. You feel me? So we was writers on that.
Yeah.
And you know, we deserve a horn. Anyway, but that verse, it came from, you want me to be honest?
Talk to me.
That verse was pieces of verses. It wasn't a whole verse. It was I remembered this part, and I was like, you know, you ever seen what is it, 5 Heartbeat, whatever? It was,
all the different papers. Yeah,
he was, you know what I'm saying? I had pieced some stuff together, and it came out. It came out like that. Yeah.
Okay, Dro. All of that time you spent trying to get into the music industry, was it everything that you expected, or did it turn out to be a little bit more wilder than you expected?
I want to say the fame part was everything I expected.
Okay.
But the people wasn't.
Yeah.
Like, people, and I get it. You know what I'm saying? Get your money, go wherever it's hot at. But it's genuine is something that you can't really find in people in the industry, because it's all about a dollar at that point. Like, your name fades with the dollar. You know what I mean? What could you offer? What could you know, is he hot? You know what I mean? Nobody ever, like, when I learned about the industry and I seen how the powers that be work us. You feel what I'm saying? Nobody cares about the well-being of anybody. You know what I mean? Even though I was on drugs, nobody really cared about that.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? They didn't give a damn about my upbringing or teaching me how to, you know what I'm saying, actually artist development, so to speak. You know what I'm saying? Like, nobody cared about that. You know what I'm saying? So the people, I didn't really feel. You know what I mean? I seen people fall in love with me and fall right back out. You feel me? And I'm a lovable person for life. Like, shit, you stop loving me, nigga. One thing I ain't seen is a motherfucker leave. You know what I'm saying? God damn. Motherfucker was like, oh, okay, well, this year. And that's why I'm thankful from God that he was like, okay, I'm going to put another hit on you. You feel me? You don't fuck with him. You think he gone? I'm going to put another hit on you.
Come on.
You know what I'm saying? You think he gone again? I'm going to put another one on you.
Yeah.
You feel what I'm saying? And it almost be like, you got to keep turning around. Like,
exactly.
He back. You feel me? So
harder than he was the last time.
Yeah, it's cool. You know what I mean?
Now, speaking of that love, though, Dro, what was it like when you had your love affair with Fantasia and the whole world was watching and you had to have one of those public relationships, man?
It was different.
Yeah.
Fantasia was, like, and still is a great person. Like, and I don't think that people actually know how good of a person that is. And for her to even put up with my shit. I'm like, it was like it was different.
Yeah.
I was taught to love, period, but I groomed myself to love a certain kind of woman.
Yeah.
When I met her, boss, you know what I mean? Like I'm living in a very expensive house, but I wasn't living in it like that. She came and was like, "Hey, this go right here, this go that." That's, you know what I'm saying. I'm used to chicks saying, "Give me some money." You know what I'm saying? She was like, "We finna get this straight with this IRS."
Yeah,
like listen, like you finna take this and we finna stay down and like we gonna make history and you feel what I'm saying, stuff like that. And being in the public eye, I remember meeting Patti LaBelle, and she was getting in my shit like, "Motherfucker, you better goddamn treat her right." You know what I'm saying? I'm saying like, we had the color purple that she was doing for Oprah. I'm watching. I'm there. We're living in. I think we was living in Cali. You know what I mean? And it was dating her was a different kind of thing for me.
Yeah,
like we went through a lot of emotional stuff. She put up with a lot of stuff. Like she had to deal with like a demon. Like, you know what I'm saying? Like, you know what I'm saying? Like I remember getting humble points from her. She was so down to earth, my man. Like we could pull up in the hood, bro, and one of the little homies might come up, "Hey, how y'all doing?" He was like, "Oh, let me drive the car." She gave him the keys. Like, we in Summer Hill. We in Summer Hill, Mechanicsville. She was like, he all right, he could drive. I'm like, baby, you know what I'm saying? And being around, like, and then our background was kind of like the same. You know what I'm saying? Like the church background. I sung in the choir.
Yeah.
And, I remember laying down, bro, in the house when when she stayed out in Charlotte, and hearing these people sing in the morning time, somebody will get on the piano. Rico might get on the piano. The mama might be singing. Fantasia start, and I be upstairs crying, bro.
My God!
And then when they come upstairs, I'm like, what? I need to quit singing down there, bro. Like that's how
healing a nigga's soul.
Yeah, like dating her was different.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? Like, I was able to meet the late great what's her name? Aretha Franklin.
My God.
I was able to meet her. I bumped into Clyde Davis.
Yeah.
I met Paula Abdul. I met Simon. I met all these people. You feel me? We got drunk out in LA one day, and I know I embarrassed the shit out of her. You know what I'm saying? But she took me out, and I'm hanging with all these people, and it was just another level of stardom.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? To actually date the American Idol, you know what I'm saying, have some serious ties, like, you know what I'm saying, like, I know your family. Like, it just wasn't us dating. Our families was cool as hell. Like, her mom was, you feel me? And she used to be like, "Man, you remind me of my dad." You know what I'm saying? Like, you know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
And when I saw him, I saw what she was saying, you know what I'm saying? And she reminded me of my mom. Like, when they met, they was inseparable, and like it was dope. You know what I'm saying? And then, like, when we used to go out, I really had to realize, like, she was a bigger star.
Oh,
you feel me? It was people. I was Fantasia boyfriend for a long time. My name, I got a whole name. Oh, they go Fantasia boyfriend. Like, my name's Dro. God, you know what I'm saying? But it was almost like, and guess what though? It was almost like it's bigger than us.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? The situation that we was in, like, was bigger than us. Some people try to give us TV shows and stuff like that, and I was just, I was in my zone then, and I wasn't really level-headed to actually go forth with a public relationship, how a gentleman should carry on and what he should do. You feel me? I had no clue. Nobody had ever got married that was around me but Tip, and it took a long time for him to.
Yeah.
You feel what I'm saying? Like, it wasn't no figures like that in my way.
Yeah.
You feel me? So me falling short of that, I can own that. You know what I'm saying? Like, that could have went totally different.
Yeah.
But the way I performed, You know what I mean?
Yeah.
I wouldn't have went for that shit either.
When you speak on those levels of stardom, man, can you break that down for the viewer that's wondering what the hell is it like being in Hollywood and what are the different levels, because it's levels to it all.
Yeah. So the level, it's levels, right?
Yeah.
When you, like, say for instance, when you first walk in the door and they first see you, that's a level.
Yeah.
Now when y'all start talking, that's a level.
Yeah.
And when you start talking, then the sense you make, you feel me? That's a level.
Yeah.
And when you get ready to leave, it's just different parts. Like, so when I came in, I was ghetto.
Yeah.
When, by the time in the middle of it, I learned how to interact with people. I learned how to talk. I learned what foods to eat.
Yeah.
At the table, how to sit.
Yeah.
What to say out loud, what not to say. You feel me? So when you elevating, you get a chance to be around different stars. I met Jay-Z. I done been around Beyonce, having dinners and stuff like that. And this was on behalf of Tip, but I had to show him different levels.
Yeah.
You feel me? I don't think he would have brought me straight off like, man, I'm gonna leave this nigga at home. You feel me? It's some people you just gotta leave at home.
Yeah.
But I dressed the part. First of all, I'm dressed. The way I dressed, that shit was like, this nigga gotta have some sense.
Exactly.
You feel me? You ain't finna be walking in the store getting brioni and stuff like that and then like stupid as hell. You
Come on.
What I'm saying? So the conversation changed, and like stardom, it's almost like how far mentally can you go?
Yeah.
And the sky's the limit, but you can't even grab it. You feel me? So that's what the sky's the limit really mean. Like, nigga, you won't even be able to grab this shit, but you can go further and further.
Exactly.
So when I talk about different levels of stardom, it gets better and better. It shouldn't get worse.
Yeah.
You feel what I'm saying? You shouldn't end up back where you came from. You feel what I'm saying? That's the different levels. I'd say, like, you know what I mean? You go from 1 to 10. You know what I mean?
Yeah. Okay, I got to ask you about another one of my favorite Joe features, man. 8 Ball and MJG, Bring It Back. What was it like when you got in there with them boys and you knew that you was going to have to bring it because this was 8 Ball and MJG? On the Nitty Beat.
On the Nitty Beat. Nitty actually made that, and they didn't know this, but Ball and MJG, bro,
come on,
was such a big part of my life, man. It was like they had something to say. They was the cast first.
Yeah.
You feel me? Like, bro, Ball, my favorite one was Ball.
Yeah.
You feel me?
Yeah.
And I really dug both of them, but Ball was like, but MJG was my nigga too.
He was a mall too
you
now.
Feel me?
Yeah.
On that Lay It Down, you can't even top these niggas. Verses.
Come on, man.
You know what I'm saying? So when coming up, it was almost like it was a dream come true.
Yeah.
And I think that God just it's the law of attraction. You know what I mean? It just came back and fell in my lap. And once I got a chance to do it, I was like, fuck yeah. You feel what I'm saying? Like, come on. Like, y'all serious? And then when they got that, I went to rapping verses back and forth that I ain't skip a word. You feel what I'm saying? Like, bro, I know this about you, man. Like, I followed you. Like, you know what I'm saying? It was big to me. So when they came and said, they bring it back, I went crazy and did my thing.
Yeah.
And that shit charted, and that shit was big record.
Yeah.
We was back on #1 on the countdown on 106, and I was able to get on a real horse in the video. Like, you know what I'm saying? They was like, so they was like, what's your ideas on the video? I was like, can I ride a horse in it? You feel me? They was like, nobody's ever rode the horse. Like, and I didn't really want to ride a horse. I wanted to live out the polo thing.
Yeah.
You feel what I'm saying?
Yeah.
So, man, I walked this horse up into the studio, and I sat on him and rapped. And that shit was iconic.
Crazy, man. Crazy.
Man, it was a producer, the DJ who did he was scratching the heat from New York.
Yeah.
He was like, Tro, you in a zone, boy. He was like, man, I ain't never seen no artist get on no damn horse and rap on no goddamn, man. That shit was, and I felt good. I felt good to be a part of that.
Yeah.
And we actually, I remember the Monique show. We actually performed on the Monique show together. You know what I'm saying?
That's crazy.
That was dope.
What was your favorite time in the industry, Dro? Well, you were just having a time of your life. You wasn't depressed. You wasn't high. You was just having a damn good time, enjoying it.
The We Fly High with Jim Jones.
Talk to me.
That was my favorite time. Jim Jones, them, and we used to have like, you know, New York always accepted me. Like,
yeah,
you know what I'm saying? When Dipset called on me a lot.
Yeah,
you feel me? Because when me and Jimmy did that, that was just Jimmy calling.
Yeah.
Cam called. Hey, man, we need him over here, man. We flew, Jason Jeter, we flew up there.
Yeah.
Harrell called first.
Yeah.
You feel me? Votto called. You feel me? It was just like, they was like fucking with him. Like, it was like Harlem niggas. You feel me? And I was like a Harlem nigga in Atlanta.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? The way I dress.
I'm with you.
Act different,
I'm with
you. Know what I'm saying? We
yeah.
was like different people. You know what I'm saying? So when I got that notoriety from them, like they was like, man, that shit, Dro, we fucking with Dro.
Yeah.
You feel me? That was the time that We Fly High era, when we got on the remix, when Puff, them, Birdman, all of us was on that fucking track, bro. And I pulled that truck up down 30s. This was before I turned to rose gold, and I had the ruler, and I let the ruler down, and I was, you feel me? That shit was like that era. When I was riding around with 6 singles on the radio, like 6 songs that was singles. You feel me? I was having a great time.
What is the money like when you got 6 singles on the radio at one time?
Shit. I'm gonna tell you this. When that shit was going on, the bank account changed. And me and Tip met at Puff Daddy restaurant. I forget what the name was. We met up there. He was like, "Yeah, man. I heard through the grapevine, man. You know, your money done goddamn went up. You feel me?" And we was, and it was different. The money was so good, bro. To like, I was calling the bank like 2-3 times a day. Like, it was like, yeah. I was like, how much money you say in the bank? They was like, man, so and so point something. And it was like, so I wait. Next thing you know, I call back. Hey, so how much in that? They were like, Mr. Hart, you just called. I just want to know. You see what I'm saying? It was a good time.
Yeah.
It was a great time. Like, you know, to be, and I for a long, you know what? I didn't believe it.
Yeah.
I thought it was a dream.
My God.
Yeah.
When Tip was in and out for a few times during the middle of the Grand Hustle run, man, what did that do to the movement? How did that impact you?
I'm still upset about not being in a good headspace. Because he was so much of a dominant artist. Yeah. It wasn't hard to, it was like why he was there. And he's an artist too. You feel what I'm saying? So when you sign to an artist himself, it's hard to get him to just sit to the side and let me do. You feel what I'm saying? And I respect that. You know what I mean? But while he was gone, if my headspace would have been different, we wouldn't have a lot of conversations we have today. So back then, I held my own, I held it down, but I didn't know really the opportunity I had to actually go somewhere.
Yeah.
You feel what I'm saying? Like, even though I was straight, you feel what I'm saying? You could have, if my headspace would have been good, like, I never really had the mentor. You feel me?
Yeah.
When I got over there, I was just with my partner's building that he was building. Yeah. You feel me? Nobody came with me. Yeah. You feel what I'm saying? Like, it was almost like this room right here in Beehive, like, man, come in here. And when I get in here, that's your cameraman. This all the stuff that's said. You feel me? And I just got in here and I'm like, you feel me? I'm just looking around. You feel me? And I'm just by myself. Yeah. So really, so when he went down and did his thing, you know, I had the opportunity to actually excel. But, you know, shit really didn't work like that. You know what I mean? And it's not, I don't feel bad about it. I'm just, I don't agree with that shit either with myself either. You know what I mean? But when he went down, I really appreciated him showing me independence too. You feel me?
Yeah.
Cause I was holding that motherfucker down.
Yeah.
And the thing that I want to uphold the most throughout my career is my live performance.
Yeah.
And that's what would make you think. If you saw that, you would think everything was okay.
Yeah.
You were like, they still straight. But actually, that's just it just kept me grounded. Like, you know what I'm saying? To get out there and give my all at a concert, man, shit keep me grounded, and it make me feel like I am holding it down. You feel what I'm saying? And once I think when I look back when I look back on everything, bro, I done put out 50 albums. You feel me?
Yeah.
It's just that they wasn't like me, my mixtapes I consider them albums.
Yeah.
They still like got some of my passionate music on them. And it's just I just kept putting them out. Boom, boom. And some of them were doubles. 20, 30 songs.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? It's a lot of music.
Yeah.
You feel what I'm saying?
Yeah.
So that's what kept me grounded. But like if you go look at it, I have a lifetime of work.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? And that keeps me sane. You know what I mean?
I mean, one of them mixtape records too, that Fresh with Jazzy Faye, man. I mean, what was that like when you got with one of that Jazzy Faye? Well, getting with Jazzy Faye and his production.
Yeah. Jazzy Faye is unbelievable.
Yeah.
To be in a room with him is like magic.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? And let me tell you something. It take for him to tell you how quick it was. You feel me? It was quick. Like it didn't take no time at all. I mean, like 15 minutes, like on the track. You know what I mean? Fresh probably came out in about 15, 20 minutes.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? And it was just his beats require something. It makes you. The beat make you say, if you don't rap on this beat, I'm gonna slap the shit out your motherfucker. And and getting in the room with Jazz, he give you his energy bounce off. It goes right from him to you.
Yeah.
You feel me? It go from you to the beat.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? You to the mic. You know what I'm saying? So being in the room with Shawty is like being in the room with a god, you know?
What is Young Dro's personal favorite song where you just felt like you just laid it on the line when you went in that booth and snapped?
It's a lot of them.
My favorite one is I'm Sick of It. That's one of my favorite ones right there. I just had to throw that out there.
Lucci was telling me that was his favorite one. I think take them out. Take them out from day 2.
Yeah.
Take these niggas out. Like that was like a moment in hip hop, and the lyrics on there. If you listen to them, to take them out on day 2, you'll understand why I still do music.
Yeah.
You feel me? Like, it's natural. You know what I mean? And like when people like Lil C was like, bro, I need you to rap. When I heard that beat, I was like, you don't even have to ask at this point.
Yeah.
You feel what I'm saying? Like that was one of my favorites. But Hear Me Cry was one of my the one I would stick by.
Talk to me about Hear Me Cry, where you just damn near, you make a grown man cry listening to that thing, man. Because, I mean, that was just the truth in raw form.
Yeah, it was my truth.
Yeah.
It was a chance for me to tell people what had happened to me, what had happened to my mom, you know.
Yeah.
How my father was living. Things that I saw growing up. And the timing couldn't have been better.
Yeah.
The introduction. You know what I'm saying? And I remember flying on the West Coast. I think I was in San Francisco, and we was doing a radio run before when the album came out, promo, and like everybody called the radio station, was like, people was crying, man.
Damn.
Like, bro, Hear Me Cry, man, and it walked so many people through their time.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? Just like how something from Thug can walk me through a time.
Yeah.
You feel me? How something from Lucci can walk me through a time.
Yeah.
How something from Baby can walk me through a time. And literally in that order, like how it can walk me like through a time. So when I seen myself in that position where I was walking people, man, I had to take it for what it was. You know what I mean? Like some stuff you're gonna do, bro, it's gonna be bigger than you.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? It ain't gonna be just for you, even though you wrote it and wasn't nobody around. That was for God has a way of showing people stuff that's for other people.
Yeah.
You feel me? This not even for you, son. This for this person.
That's right.
Even though this your truth, it's more of a truth for them.
That's
you know
right.
What I mean, it's bigger than us.
What artists out here that Dro admires, that you listen to, you like, that guy right there went crazy and I just love listening to their music?
Right now?
Well, just all together.
I have to go Wham. Wham right now, Lil Baby right now.
Yeah.
He's I could see it.
Yeah.
You feel me? I don't have to it's believable.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? He ain't doing no extra capping.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? He don't want nothing that he's not deserving of. And it's just it inspires me to keep it moving.
Yeah.
You feel what I'm saying? Like Shawty got something going on. He got something on, man. You know, I feel the same way about Future.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? Like Future do a lot for me in my head.
Yeah.
Like and Thug too, though. You know what I'm saying? And I always been a big fan of Thug and Lucci.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? Like
Luch.
Yeah, Lucci. Like these between them four, them niggas. That's my track. That's my track. Those are my tracks in my head. They play out all the time.
I feel that.
You know what I mean?
New TV show on the way though, Dro.
Yeah, man.
What's happening?
Man, me and my sister Trey, man, one day she was like, man, I'm finna start this TV show with these girls, and I'm about to start interviewing these girls, and I'm about to put all these girls together, and we about to have, like Atlanta Bad Girl Booty Camp. So I'm listening.
That's hard.
I'm listening to her. I'm like, so how you about to go about it?
Yeah.
And so she was like, I'm just finna start interviewing bitches, and we finna start,
Yeah.
And so I hear the dream, and I was like, she could use me too. Like, you know what I mean? Like,
yeah.
So really, I saw her dream and was like, man, I can make it bigger too. Like, her dreams are big, and if I jump in there, they could be extra big.
That's right.
When both of us came together, man, and seen and when I saw what she was talking about, I was like, this wild. You feel me? Like, this some big shit. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
So when she was like, and it gonna work. You feel me? I'm telling you, it's gonna work. And I'm listening, and I wouldn't have never thought to do that. You know what I mean? And like not us. Yeah. You feel me? You kind of like go, when you have thoughts like that, you take that shit to people and let them, manifest it for you.
Yeah.
But we didn't take it to nobody.
That's right.
We crunk up the cameras.
Come on, man.
Got the girls together. You know what I mean? And that shit is working like a motherfucker. Like,
that's hard.
Man, we been in, we started off at our club at Blue Ivory. Mm-hmm. Me, her, my brother Tread, Brian, Marcelo, you know what I'm saying? Yeah. And we all came, and it's a team effort thing. Mm-hmm. You know what I'm saying? But with the dream she had, though, to actually bring it to life is heartwarming, man.
That's great.
And shout out to the cast members on there. They are phenomenal. Like, all the girls that come forth and put an effort to get their brand out. And it's just us. It's just us empowering black women on, if you was a stripper, I know it's something else you want to do. Yeah. You feel me? I got people that done been in jail, girls that done been in jail. One of the girls been in jail for like 10 years. You feel me? That she writing books. Yeah. You know what I mean? It's different things, that she got going, that she has planned for herself. She got out of jail and hit the ground running. Mm-hmm. Shout out to Jelly. And it's another girls on here. It's other girls on here that cooks and has, dreams of being big chefs, and it's a lot of money in all of these things. And what I want to provide is a platform for you to be able to exploit your talent. You know what I'm saying? Like when China said she want to cook, you feel me? And she can cook, goddamn it. And I don't agree with motherfucker, but when you say you want to cook, and you need to get out there, all right, cool. Use me. Like, what you want me to do? A drop with the food? You feel me? Now everybody, you feel me saying? So it's almost like, what could I do to help you get to where you're gonna be?
That's right.
You feel me? Even if it's not much, I just want to give you a little bit what God gave me.
Come on
you
now.
Feel what I'm saying? So just to pass it off. And the drummer too, if you know how to be the bitch, I ain't gonna, you know what I'm saying? I ain't gonna say life ain't real, you feel what I'm saying? So, once they in there, girls in tight spaces, get to act.
You get real. Yeah.
So, we're not just focused on drama.
Yeah.
But drama happens while we're focused.
Come on, no controversy, no show.
Yeah, you're
you
right.
feel me?
You know what I'm saying?
Don't play with him.
Yeah, don't play with him.
That new album, man, what do we need to be expecting from this thing, man?
November 24th, I think.
Yeah.
The Don't Play With Him. It's just me standing my ground. You know what I'm saying? This is what we putting out with RPM. Shout out to Orlando and everybody at RPM.
Yeah.
I've been knowing Orlando since Atlantic. You know what I mean? And a lot of people in the industry still fuck with Dro, like a distribution deal I have with them. And when the name pop up, oh shit, hell yeah, Dro.
Yeah.
Let's get a project. You feel me? So I try to put forth an effort to get a good project off with everybody I come encounter with. So we're putting out that Don't Play With Him, which is a dope thing. We actually put out the single TikTok that really
it's hard. That went crazy.
Well. Yeah, it went well. You know what I mean? So really we're going. I went back in the studio and I want to say it's got some of the music before the sober part and some sober. You know what I'm saying?
Okay, is the sober Dro still snapping as hard as the high Dro?
Yes.
Okay, just make it show.
I think for the simple fact that I don't think you forget to learn how to ride a bike.
Yeah.
You feel what I'm saying? Is no way to remember that.
Yeah,
you know what I'm saying? I ride a bike the same way. You know
exactly.
So So I mean, like it on Don't Play With Him. It's got a lot of good different producers on there.
Yeah.
That has, different angles that where they want to come from. Kid first class on there. Kid class, I mean to say.
Yeah.
And what's my other boy named Big John? Where he go?
No,
Carter
you good.
Z, Kid Class, and it's different producers on there that I worked with before a lot of these positive decisions I'm making now.
I feel that.
It's some shit from the back of the day. You know what I'm saying? But actually, it's fresh music though. You know what I'm saying? It's just new music to my ears and to the consumer ears. But I have a new artist on there named Duty Too Rich, which is my cousin.
Okay.
You know what I mean? And he shouted from Bankhead. You feel what I'm saying? Come from humble beginnings, you know what I'm saying? And his story is phenomenal. I'm gonna let him tell it when he gets the chance.
Yeah.
But Duty Too Rich, you should be looking out for him on there. I think Black Youngster on there on the TikTok remix. You know what I'm saying? Shout out to Shouty for even reaching out and doing it without. You feel me?
Yeah.
I'm talking about he heard it. Big John let him hear it, and he was just on it.
My God.
You feel me? And it's just, we didn't have to go back and forth.
Yeah.
When I heard it, we had not even talked.
Yeah.
So when we talked, he was like, "You heard that motherfucker?" I was like, "Yeah, he went crazy." You know what I'm saying? So it was almost like that was organic. And it just, the stuff that's on the album, like you can for sure be like Dro rap still.
What is it like for you having new adventures and new labels and all of this stuff going on, independent, and just coming back out here doing your own thing, standing alone with it?
It feels it's a different motion. You know what I'm saying? And I like the slow grind.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? Because when stuff coming fast, you don't really know how to grasp shit. Like, so when God blessed me with my own record label, which is Redline.
Yeah.
And the people that I got on here, you know what I mean? Shout out Sierra, that's helping me run the company.
Yeah.
And it's almost like ownership. Stuff is different.
Yeah.
We're doing it ourselves. Like, it comes through me.
Yeah.
You feel what I'm saying? Like, you know what I mean? And it feels good to have that.
Yeah.
To have that in my accolades.
I feel that. Lastly, Dro, how can these folks contact you? And what do you want to let your fans know off in this thing, boss?
Oh man, I would like to let everybody know to get at me on Instagram, which I think I'm blocked out my page. I think I'm locked out, but I just got to learn how to run the page, I guess.
Yeah.
But One Young Dro, I think that's on Twitter. One Young Dro on Instagram. I don't have a TikTok, but I do have a TikTok song.
Same thing.
I think I got one, but we just not. I let my little girl do all that.
Yeah, I feel that.
And then like it's almost. And listen, I do have a thirst for new talent.
Okay,
you feel me? If you do see me on social media, and I do have a Bad Girls Booty Camp page.
Okay.
You know what I mean? Bad Girl Booty Camp Atlanta page that me and my sister run.
Okay.
You can get at me through there.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? The new talent, man, I'm so big on this because I can see it.
Yeah.
You feel me? Just like my it's an artist from Tennessee named Lil Kel.
Mm-hmm.
Bro, when I tell you, Shawty's 16 years old, but when my partner introduced me to him, Shawty had got shot in the head.
My God.
In the face, in his eyes, right? And it took his vision, but he was on his way to Atlanta. Man, when I tell you, Shawty's sliding so hard, Shawty walking all beats down. Right now, he can't even see and walking beats down in the studio. So when I tell you I'm big on talent,
yeah,
as soon as he get well,
yeah,
I promise you I'm gonna walk him right up here.
Damn real.
You know what I'm saying?
Damn right.
And like it's almost like the new talent today needs to be like when me and Shawty be on the phone, I'm not just telling him when he get the bag, go that way. I'm actually developing an artist.
Yeah.
You feel me? I'm developing artists to the point where I'm telling him you can go get this car or you can save it.
Yeah.
Or you can get a lot of jewelry or you feel what I'm saying? You shouldn't do this, you shouldn't do. I'm actually caring.
Yeah.
Everything I did wrong, I'm telling them to do right.
Exactly.
So I'm doing this with Duty Too Rich. I'm doing this with any artist that I come in contact with. You feel what I'm saying? And if you don't want to do the work, then I don't think we should be in business together. And I'm gonna teach you, and then it'll get on your nerves.
Yeah.
But it's some OG shit. Like I wouldn't be a big homie if I didn't teach you how to do it right.
That's right.
I done everything wrong.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? and I can show you how to get it right.
Already.
Yeah.
Dro.
Oh, man.
Boss, appreciate you coming through
man.
this thing, man. Wish you nothing but the best and much success.
Yes.
Be High Radio, Shawty. Holla at y'all in a minute, man. We gone.